Hey, you guys, it's Peter. And I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost. Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. The album. The receipts. Whitney. Whatever you want. Anything you want done, baby. I do it. The album, Dad, AF. You take the good, you take the bad, you take it all, and then you have the facts of life. The facts of life. Oh, back in the day when child stars were child stars. Tootie and Miss Garrett. Do you remember that? Oh my God, I love that show so much. And Square Pegs and na 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 na. That's Little House on the Prairie for those of you that don't know. And all of those shows. Do you remember all those shows? Oh my God. I loved all of those shows back in the day. What else did I watch? I watched Benson, and I watched, these were my after-school shows, and I watched Different Strokes. Do you remember that one? And was that the one that Janet Jackson was on? Janet Jackson was like one of those child stars that like, they all kind of like, you know, it just was not pretty for a lot of these child stars later. But a lot of them have done real well. Like Melissa Gilbert has done real well. And Janet Jackson, she's done great, you know, but a lot of them, it got real ugly. But anyway, who'd you want to be back in the day? I always wanted to be Blair on The Facts of Life. I was actually watching something on TV the other day. I feel like it was a Christmas movie, and I can't remember what her name is, but I always wanted to be Blair. Now I think she's like a Christian rock singer or something. Do you know what I'm talking about? The one that played Blair on The Facts of Life. If you watched Full House back in the day, that was kind of like after me, but that Cameron, whatever her name is, she's now like a Hallmark movie star of the world, and she has these ads on Sirius Radio where she talks about opening her presents on Christmas morning with her kids and stuff like that. It'll make you feel real old, okay, when you're listening to it. And you're like, oh my God, this is that girl that had the real goofy friend that lived next door and was always stopping by. Anyway, so we're going to talk about all that, but before we get into the Tiger Beat of drama today, did you ever want to read your Tiger Beat magazine back in the day? Oh my God. My cousin Caroline, who I am doing a video with next week, we're doing a Q&A, she always had Tiger Beat magazine, and I looked through it at the pictures of Leif Garrett. Do you guys remember Leif Garrett? What happened to Leif Garrett? Anyway, I mean, he was literally, like, he was the celebrity of the world. And now all of you out there are like, what happened to Leif Garrett? And you know what I have to tell you, it's so funny. I was talking about, in reference to Charli D'Amelio and Dixie D'Amelio, I was talking about Debbie Gibson. And then like the very next day, Debbie Gibson came out. And now, you know what? You can get a cameo from Debbie Gibson. You can though, okay? And she's not as expensive as Nene Leakes. Before we get into this video though, I have to say a special thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring this video yet again. I love working with Scentbird, and they keep me smelling so good when I am out on the town, and I'll explain to you why. So Scentbird is a subscription cologne or perfume, and they also have some skincare service. Where are all my cards? Here they are. This month, they sent me Throne, and then they also, English Laundry Throne, and then they sent me Bentley by Azure. And then they also sent me a Mercedes-Benz Man. Now, let me tell you, this is, where's my package? I have my package. Oh, here it is. This is the package that they send it to you, okay? Comes very nicely. With my code PETER30, okay, you can get 30% off or just $10 for your first cologne or perfume. And this would make a really great gift, you guys, for men or women out there for the holidays. I just want to tell you, okay? And I have to tell you, the first time that I ever did this and agreed to do this sponsorship, we ordered it through my husband to see if you could cancel your subscription after one order, which you can. We had no problem doing that. And it came within 2 weeks. We were super, super impressed. So they come in these little bags like this, see? Hi, I see you. And then this is what they come like. Now, I want to tell you, my good Judy loves this, Tanya, she loves this so much too, because she'll say, we'll be driving around and I have like 1 or 2 of these in my, if you've watched my vlog, you know, because I'll pull these out of my fanny pack all the time when I'm getting my lip gloss and things out, you know. And then she'll say, do you have any of that good smelling cologne? And by good smelling cologne, she means anything by Scentbird. So this is, and the other thing is, we're not all of us doing a lot of traveling right now, but if you do, this is great for like businessmen and women that just need to do like a carry-on the plane, because they can go on a carry-on in a plane and they just kind of pop up like that. See? Whoop! Like, isn't that cool? And this is the tube that comes out, but you don't have to take it out. See? You can just put it like this. Ah! I think this is Throne. This is Throne, and I really like this one a lot. So they come out like this, see? And this is how much, you get quite a bit. I actually, a year ago, I took Burberry London, one of these tubes, with me to Miami for the weekend. And I had, like, it lasted the whole entire weekend. So this is Throne right here that you can get. These are just, they have all kinds of colognes and perfumes on there, you guys. And then I also have right here, this, and they come in different colors, see, too. This one is, I think this is a Mercedes-Benz. No, this is Bentley. Here's Bentley. And then this is a Mercedes-Benz. And this one is purple, too. And they're fantastic. Now, I keep them in these little things right here like this, but you don't have to. They don't leak or anything. They're fantastic. So, yeah, go check them out. Scentbird, I'm going to put them below. I truly, truly believe in this, you guys. And you will love it, especially if you want to, like, keep one of these in your purse or whatever. And they have, like, a lot of the mainstays that you would find at most perfume and cologne stores. Okay, so that's that. With my code, Peter30, which is listed below, you can get 30% off of your first purchase, which I think equals $10 a cologne or something like that. So anyway, go check it out. Scentbird, I love them so much. Thank you, Scentbird, for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get into the drama of it all. Hold on a second. I gotta put on my lip gloss to get ready. This is kind of basically like a drama. Get ready with me, okay? Hold on a second, please. Can never have enough cologne. Whew. Ooh, I really like that one. Which one's that? Bentley. Oh, that one smells really good. Okay, let's get into air out the cologne a little bit. I'm gonna smell so good. I'm gonna get me some from my husband tonight. Oh, family friendly. Okay. So anyway, that's another thing. Listen, okay? Y'all know I have other codes, but with the Scentbird codes, you get you some too. Okay? You know what I'm saying? You get you some too. Okay. Now let's get into all of this. Let me put my reading glasses on. This was the article from TMZ, just to kind of give you guys the background of what's going on with these world famous TikTokers. Okay, says Charli D'Amelio, cancel culture has got me in tears, and got a video of her. Charli D'Amelio, now if you don't know who Charli D'Amelio is, she is a TikToker, she and her sister, both Dixie, have transitioned. I think that they are like numbers 1 and 3 or something like that. And I can't remember what that other gal's name is. I know somebody out there knows. Just put it, 400 of you will put it in the comment section below. Why can't I think of her name? It starts with an A, I think. Anyway, I'm not real big into those. I can't keep up with those dances. I tried, but you know, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, why can't I think of that girl's name? I was just watching a couple of her TikToks the other day. Anyway, my husband, he likes to recreate the dance ones. But anyway, she and her sister Dixie have become like world famous on the TikTok from doing dances and other things. And then they also now are like the face of Morphe 2 and all this kind of stuff. And needless to say, they're doing very, very well. Okay, they're doing very, very well. They're very successful and all over these 10-second dances on the TikTok. God, I wish that had been my life back in the day. Okay. Charli D'Amelio's crying a river after... I didn't write this, okay? This is from TMZ. Charli D'Amelio's crying a river after tons of followers canceled her. And now she's wondering if she should just quit TikTok after encountering her first major PR hurdle. Here's the deal. Charli, TikTok's most followed star, is losing followers at a rapid rate after posting a family dinner video that rubbed lots of folks the wrong way. In part of the video, she complained to YouTube star James Charles about only having 95 million followers and not 100. I went off a tangent, so we're just going to stop right there. Okay, fans felt the comment was anything but humble, and now followers are jumping ship by the boatload, as in more than 1 million people have left Charli's page. She'll get him back. She'll get him back real quick, leaving her in tears. And they also posted 2 pictures of Dixie, and they not the greatest pictures. Fans are also PO'd that Charli and her sister Dixie scoffed during their family's meal, prepared by a private chef, more spoiled brat behavior, which they're getting accused of left and right these days. During her tear-filled post, Charli wondered out loud if she should stay on an app where there's so much hate. At least one person's got her back, though. Aaron May, the chef, says things are getting blown out of proportion, but the damage is clearly done with Charli. Someone's getting a dose of the real internet where it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and she doesn't like it. What's interesting to me about this was I just was reading an article or watching something to do with James Charles. When was this? Like a week and a half ago, where he was talking about how he would take like 2 o'clock in the morning phone calls from Charli because she would be so upset over comments and things like that. And you know, I think this is one thing, like, the comments can be really, really harsh. You know, I am a 48-year-old man on YouTube, and I started this when I was 44 years old on a small booktube channel, okay? And even then, like, sometimes the comments were really hard. And they're never the comments that you think are going to be the ones that hurt you the most, you know? I mean, listen, I've had a lot of time to practice getting used to my voice, okay? But when I first started YouTube, people would say things to me like, your voice causes my ears to have cancer. You know, people would make fun of me. They would say I was effeminate. They would make fun of my mannerisms. And all of that I could kind of, you know, deal with to some degree. But it was hard. It was still hard, you know? Because you get on here and you do these things because you want people to like you. And I really, truly believe this, and I don't care what anybody says, okay? I think that there is a certain part of all of us out there that are like on social media, whether you're on YouTube or TikTok or the Vine, which is gone, or Instagram or whatever, that like seeks validation through the form of likes, comments, subscribers, and all that kind of stuff. What makes me sad is when a lot of these people lose sight of that, okay? And that would be the thing to me, like if, you know, Charli asked me what she ain't going to, you know, like, what do you think? I'd say, well, really, what's the difference between 95 million and 100 million? I mean, can you name 20 of them by name? I mean, seriously, like, are you still staying connected to that? You know, like, that's what makes me sad. You know, I have a vlog every day that some people call it's like a podcast. And on the vlog, you know, I vlog, drive around, and talk in the car every day for, I don't know, an hour to an hour and a half, 45 minutes to an hour and a half. I did a 3-hour vlog this summer. I get average between, like, let's say 25 and 3,000 views a day on that video. I drive around for an hour to an hour and a half, okay? And I'm not saying that takes a lot of talent, because it doesn't. I literally reach over, turn on the camera, and turn it off. I don't sit around and complain about the fact that I don't have 1 million followers or I don't have 100,000 followers. Hell, I don't even have 50,000 followers on that, okay? And I've been doing it for 4 years, every single day for an hour to an hour and a half. I think I gain like maybe 50 subscribers a month, if that. There have been many, many months that I've like lost. Hell, on this channel, check your subscriber button, because you might not be subscribed to me anymore. I lose subscribers all the time. But that's when you have to ask yourself, why are you doing this? You know, what are you doing it for? I do believe that there is this, that cologne smells, woo, that smells so good. It smells so good. There, you know, I think there's a certain, like I said, amount of all of it, that all of us that do it for the validation and the acceptance, because we like that. And for anybody to say that that's not true is a BS artist, okay? But then to become consumed with that, then I think that's where you have to kind of like seek inside yourself. But listen, these people are young, okay? They are very, very young. If you had come, listen, I didn't even get sober till 22 and a half. If you had come to me at 16, 17, or 18, 19, 20, and said to me, like, you know, like, oh, you need to be humble, I wouldn't have even known how to define humble, okay? I wouldn't have. And I'm not giving them a free pass and all this kind of stuff. I mean, you know, I referenced a lot of these child stars that we saw earlier, not earlier, but when I was growing up, you know, from all these TV shows, from movies, things like that, you know, and you see a lot of people that have really done great. Why can't I think of her name? Oh, shoot, she was in the movie Foxes, which is maybe one of the finest movies. Jodie Foster. You know, Jodie Foster, I think, is such a great example of a child star. She ended up going to, what, Princeton or Harvard, something like that. I have to believe that Jodie Foster had people around her that were really great role models and were saying, this is how we act, and we're not going to act this way. Hell, if I had had this kind of following when I was 16 or 17, and I was acting, you know, like, I don't know, my father would have come for me. He would have said, you need to start acting more, you need to act more mature, you need to be more humble, you need to do this. But the reality is, it's 2020, okay? It's not 1989 like it was back then. And I don't know, realistically, I mean, if my dad had said that to me, and I was the one making all the bucks, and I was the one paying the bills, I might have said, you know, get effed. I don't know. I mean, I was kind of a rebellious teenager. Not kind of, I was, you know? So I don't know. And then this is the thing, is you have all of these kids that have this mass following, or making millions upon millions of dollars, you know? It's like, I don't know, it's like, I think that you almost would have to be kind of like raised in like a bubble to do, like, to really remain humble and innocent and sweet. And then if you remain in a bubble, then you're not going to really probably, I don't know, be as successful, because you have to interact with these other people, right? So anyway, that's what happened with that. James Charles, then all these people were saying stuff about Charli D'Amelio, and you know, she had, like, was acting a crybaby and all this kind of stuff, and then she's just going to leave the platform, okay? Well, The one thing I will say to Charli D'Amelio is this. If you choose to leave the platform, choose to leave the platform if that's the decision that you need to make because you've lost a million subscribers because people are upset about this comment. Or you could come out and just own the comment. I think she attempted to do that in this video. Or you could come out and just own it and try to learn from this and allow this to be a learning experience. This is how we grow up in the real world, you know, is when we make mistakes, we try to grow up from it, right? And that would show a lot of growth to people. I think that would show a lot of humility to people, right? The thing about this, hey, I'm going to leave the platform and y'all can just deal with it. Like I said the other day, where's Debbie Gibson? Don't nobody know who she is today. Don't nobody care, okay? You know, and it's like a lot of people leave the platform and say, I'm done. I'm not, and you know what? And a month later, everybody has moved on and there is a new Charli D'Amelio, you know? It's like if you ever watch Dance Moms, there's a lot to be learned from that show, not just Abby Lee Miller, okay? But there's a lot to be learned from that show, and one of the things you can learn from Dance Moms is that she says on there, everybody's replaceable. Everybody is replaceable. If you think that you are such a fine act, okay, or that you invented this or whatever, then that is lack of humility, and that is where your ego, arrogance, and pride get in the way at whatever age you are. I don't care if you're a 10-year-old child star or a 100-year-old old star, okay? That's where your arrogance, ego, and pride gets in the way, and you think that you're not replaceable. Everybody, Addison Rae, that's her name, isn't it? Everybody is replaceable. And listen, okay, there's more TikTok stars that are just waiting to rise up to your place. So I think at some point, you know, this is where I think James Charles can be such a great friend to Charli D'Amelio because he can explain to her, you know, like, and he has, and he said that in this whatever I was reading, that this is just part of what goes along with it, you know, like, and you have to kind of at some point accept that, you know, and if you can't read the, just don't read the comments for that day. Don't read what people, there are always going to be mean people out there. For the life of me, I really, truly do not understand hate comments. I don't, okay? But people are going to pick apart and decipher everything that you say on the internet. You know what I mean? They're going to pick it apart. And, you know, for a long time, I had people doing that with my vlog, and I was talking to a friend of mine one night, and I said, I don't know what to do. And she goes, either stop vlogging or shut up about it. This was a fellow YouTuber. I was so offended. I was like, what? She goes, either stop vlogging, and then you won't have to deal with the hate comments of people picking you apart, or shut up about it. Okay, and just move on and be thankful for the people that do follow your vlog. And she was absolutely 100% right. She was absolutely 100% right about that, right? Focus your attention, and that's what I said in 2020 I was going to do, because in last year, you know, I focused so much attention on negativity, and I would say Jaclyn Hill does this, and Jaclyn Hill does that, and then at the end of last year, when my dog Pee-Pee passed away, we got a lot of really cruel comments, you know? But I don't have to live in that, because the reality is, we got, let's say, I don't know, maybe 50 or 100 cruel comments and thousands of supportive comments. Where do you choose to focus? I would like to see this as a moment where all these people come up and stop complaining, you know, and James can say to Charli, this is the moment where you hold your head up high and you say, I refuse to be a victim to what these people are going to say about me, okay? And I'm going to show that a role model, what you do is you hold up strong. And words do hurt. I mean, we talk about words not hurting. Words hurt. My husband's a believer that words only have as much power as you give them, and I believe that. But as somebody that grew up with words hurt, I mean, words hurt. They really, really do, you know? So James Charles, of course, he got involved in all of this. Hold on a second. Let me get into the James Charles thing where he had a bunch to say. Hold on a second. Okay, well, oh, Lord. Why can't we have nice things? I'm in 15 different things now. Okay, hold on a second. So, where's Trisha Paytas? Trisha Paytas, here she is. She's gone on a rant about all of this, okay? So, Trisha Paytas, James Charles puts out this tweet, and he says, this Charli situation is not sitting right with me. 100 million followers in 1 year, and y'all expect to know her to know how to be a perfect role model. I agree. You know? But that would be where it would be really great if managers or PR managers or people would step in and say, I know you don't know how to do this, so we're going to help you with this, right? Like, that would be a moment where, like, these people, to me, a lot of them, I know for a fact that they don't have PR agents. Hell, listen, when I talked to James Charles back in the day, and I was trying to help him through some of this stuff, and he would say to me, I'd say, well, what do your PR people say? And he'd say, I've never had PR people. I do this on my own. Y'all, you think these people have PR people? They don't, some of them. I don't know if he does today, but he didn't back then. He said, death threats because she's a picky eater, and made a joke about a milestone. 30-plus-year-olds dragging someone half their age feels familiar, he said. Someone said, all this hate is out of order. She's a young girl just living her life to the fullest, and there's people out there giving her hate. Do people not know? Okay, they go on and say a bunch of stuff. Someone said, it's not the followers joke for me. It's a disrespectful attitude at the table. She's old enough to know better, and the parents obviously let them act that way. If cute or funny is what she was going for, she failed, and she lost the interest of people because of it. Someone said, you know what isn't sitting right with me? Acting like a effing to someone serving you food. Grow up. Someone said, I don't know, just don't spit out food someone has made for you. Someone said, no one expects her to be perfect, but being ungrateful, that's different. It's very obvious that she was being... It goes on and on and on and on, okay? Now, as I was putting this video together, this is kind of a little bit of an insert, okay, into the middle of the video. As I was putting this video together, I was like, what did I forget to address? Like, there's something I forgot to address. And I was like, oh yeah, Trisha Paytas came out in this TikTok, this one TikTok, okay? And she had something to say. Now, I'm not going to include these TikToks on here. You guys can go look at Trisha Paytas' TikTok. But she has literally consumed herself with this now, okay? She's calling James Charles the ultimate victim. She's coming for Charli D'Amelio. She's coming for Charli D'Amelio's parents. James Charles, everybody on there. Karina Kampf, who said something about her. I mean, she's coming for creators that are coming for her. Trisha Paytas has gone off in about 10 TikToks right now about all of this. So, let's just... Yet again, let's figure this out, okay? Let's connect the dots, okay? So, Charli D'Amelio, this is interesting. Trisha Paytas, I think, should be able to have her opinion about anything, I guess, okay? So, anyway, so Charli D'Amelio, okay, does this video where she's rude to the chef, and then she's complaining because she didn't make or get 100 million followers in a year. After her first year, she got a million subscribers or followers or whatever, okay? Then she's complaining, and then all these people start unfollowing her. Then James Charles comes to her defense. But now it's about Trisha Paytas. Now it's about Trisha Paytas, okay? Forget Charli D'Amelio. She talks about James making her the deflection tactic. She inserts herself in the middle and becomes a deflection tactic. She didn't... I am so confused. I'm so confused. Anyway, I just wanted to add that in there. So, 400 people, don't put in the comment section below. Did you miss Trisha's TikToks? No, I did not. I saw every single one of them, and I am so much the better for it. Okay, now Trisha Paytas, she retweets this, and she says, poor parenting on your... I thought Trisha Paytas said you don't ever question somebody's parenting or their family. Am I wrong? I thought she came out and she said that. But I guess this is the exception yet again. Trisha Paytas is the exception. Poor parenting on your parents and James for allowing you to be friends with Tati, a middle-aged woman while you were a teen. Unfortunately, you were the victim then, but now Charli is the victim, and she says you being friends with... Okay, it's not nice, okay? Then people in the comment sections, they come for Trisha Paytas, okay? Why Trisha Paytas has inserted herself in the middle of this, yet again, I don't know, except for that, if you want to consider this trolling, it's probably Trisha's way of thinking, well, I can get a lot of attention, I can get a lot of views off this or whatever. People say the people don't do this kind of stuff for views. They absolutely do. They absolutely do. I'm surprised. Did she make a video about it? I didn't even look. Did Trisha Paytas make a YouTube video about this? Let's see. Okay, Trisha Paytas, no, trying Dunkin' Donut new, hey, I did that video. Okay, Red Lobster holiday gift box, cheddar, okay, whoo, okay, girl, your views, okay. Is she bitter? Is she bitter that Charli D'Amelio is getting more views than her? Anyway, so then someone said, whoa, Trisha, you're really reaching. Do you realize the magnitude of the word you just used, which is a harsh word, okay? It's a very, very harsh word. So then she retweets it again, and she says, imagine always being the victim in every situation. James, how do you do it? How are you so perfect? I know it's easy to deflect to me now, but imagine being James Charles, more hated than even Trisha Paytas. Woo, what a feat. P.S. Stop stealing small creators' art, clothing, makeup, looks, etc. Okay, let's see what people had to say underneath here. Someone said, okay, but why has Trish changed all of a sudden? LMAO, everyone forgetting about her past. Someone said no one forgot about her past, but James Charles has been so effing problematic. Like, has he? Has he? Then I must have missed about 10 videos I could have done. Someone said, what's the tea? The girls are fighting. Someone said, I tweeted the same thing. He is always playing victim, and he does play victim a lot. I will say that, you know. Okay, someone said, okay, like, yes, sort of, but these tweets make it sound like you're in support with the extreme response to this whole thing, death threats. Nobody deserves to get death threats. Who is sending people death threats, okay? Like, I don't care who you are. Like, I don't understand why someone thinks it's okay. So the girl spit out her food and she's rude. Okay, if that happened and that's what really happened and that's who she is and she's a spoiled brat. Okay, how many spoiled brats have you met in your life? Hell, I've met quite a few and I was one of them at one point. Okay, so she can learn and grow from this. Are her parents going to allow that? Hell, I don't know. Okay, are people on the internet going to allow? I don't know. Maybe this is a good learning experience for her. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section below. But sending death threats to somebody, no matter what their age is, that is wrong. What is wrong with you? Like, seriously? What is wrong with somebody? I mean, that is, I cannot understand that for the life of me. Okay? I do not get it. So then she goes on and she says, people used to use me to deflect because of my reputation of trolling and being canceled. I'm fine with it. I was here before they could walk and I'll be here long after they cancel themselves with their cocky ASS. We're better than you attitudes. It doesn't get you anywhere. I agree with that. It doesn't. Do I think Trisha Paytas will be around for the long haul? I don't know. Trisha Paytas is like, the interest is dying with her lately. She hasn't had any real interesting drama, which kept her alive for a long time. Like, this is the thing, that Trisha got started kind of being the girl that, like, you know, did hauls and, like, really made it on YouTube. And I think a lot of people really related to her. She talked a lot about her struggles in life. She talked about that. Then at some point, it became, like, drama-focused. And then she realized she was getting a lot of attention off of the drama. And then the drama got boring. Well, at one point, the trolling just got, like, in the last 2 years, let's just be for real, the trolling, if that's what you want to call it, I don't know what it is. The videos that she made just got to be very much like, do you really believe this? Is this really what's going on? People were questioning it a lot, you know, and then now it's like all this drama that she has, like, with, like, you know, what's his face from, I don't even remember his name, Ethan from Ethan from H3. It's boring. Nobody cares, you know? So here she is stirring this up again, and it's like, if you look at her views are way, way down. And she's like, oh, everybody's, you know, views are, no, that's not the case. Not everybody's views are down on YouTube, okay? I watch a lot of people, I watch those people that make up Blockbuster video stores in their basements, and they're doing just fine on the YouTubes, okay? So, who is calling me? My cousin Caroline, she's gonna be in my video next week. But anyway, you know, it's like, if you always have to have something to say about this, maybe, I don't know. Then she says, bad attitudes are the fault of some huge A-list celebrities who are actually talented, and you can bet the same goes for the D-list hacks like James. So she's calling James a D-list hack celebrity. And then someone said, 1 minute you love Trisha Paytas and the next you hate her. You are so fake. And she said, literally my life, it doesn't even feel like me without the roller coaster. And then she said, definitely have always said no one deserves to be canceled. No, actually, Trisha, you said in your Ethan Klein H3 that he was going to be the next one to be canceled. You also said something to the effect of if anybody deserved to be canceled, on and on and on, okay? People in the comment sections also want to know why, if she's going to come for James, why she doesn't come for Shane for the exact same things. Definitely have always said no one deserves to be canceled. Everyone has room for growth, positive influence, except James Charles. Please cancel him. He is a forever victim with a superiority conflict, has never said sorry his whole life, hangs out with an underage girl regularly. She said, I love that I'm crazy because I speak my mind. The cool thing is I am 32 years old AF, and I make money offline, so I couldn't give a SHI chut if millennials like me or not. But also, 95% of LA influencers are fake AF. Sorry, well, I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. But what's your point here? What are you trying to prove? I don't get it. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Is James Charles, is he still going off about this too? Okay. Is Charli, she's still crying a river, or she decided to stay? No. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, what do y'all think about this? I don't even know what to think about all this. You know, I don't. Well, I guess. For me, it's like, okay. Did you guys ever watch that, like, news coverage lady back in the day? What was her name? Jessica Savage or something like that? And she did that. You know, for me, it's this, okay? Okay. These young people get this fame. I mean, huge. 100 million people, 95 million people, 60 million, 1 million people. This huge following off of this. Tana Mojo, James Charles, all these people, right? Bella Thorne. They get this huge following off of this, right? And then they want to be treated like adults. They want to be taken seriously. Do you remember the video that James Charles did with Tati Westbrook where he explained why it was more like money saving to use influencers to push products and do ads and sponsorships than it was to do like a whole thing. And they want to be taken seriously. They want to be taken as business people. They want to have business contracts and business deals and things like that. But when anything happens like this, it's always the fall to is, well, we're young. We can't be held as role models, okay? Well, what exactly is a role model? You know, a role model is somebody that you look up to and how they behave and things like this. And there just seems to be a real recklessness, okay, that goes along with a lot of these younger influencers. A real, like, I don't care. And, you know, like, I feel like to some degree, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, and Tana Mongeau were kind of at the forefront of all of this. This kind of just like, I don't really care attitude about the world around them. But the thing is, you have to remember that the people that got you, I say this a lot, okay? Remember to treat those people nicely that got you where you're at, because the same people whose shoulders you stepped on to get to the top are going to be the same people you pass as you fall back down on your way down, right? So you can't complain about this if what got you there is now the thing that you're like, well, I'm here, but I don't want to be a role model. Well, I'm sorry. And people always say, you can't hold it. I mean, people said this to me all the time with Tana Mongeau when I would say stuff about Tana Mongeau. She didn't ask to be a role model. She didn't ask to be a role model. Then get off the YouTubes, okay? Then don't be on YouTubes anymore if you don't want to be a role model. Because I'm sorry, but with fame that goes along with it. That people are going to look up to you. That people are going to see the things you say and do, and they're going to look up to that. That goes along with it, you know? And this isn't anything new. This isn't just because we live in this world of social media and TikToks and Snapchats and YouTube and stuff. This has been going on forever. This is why I reference the Jodie Fosters. This is why I reference the Anna Paquins, okay, who started with the piano way back in the day, you know? Look at those child stars from the 80s and the 70s that are still here today, okay? Look at those child stars that have done very, very well in their careers, are taken seriously and are respected and are role models. Look at them. If I were today somebody that had a huge following like these people were, I would be looking at those people and I would say, those are the people that I want to be. I want to be here 30 years from now, and I want to still be doing what I love 30 years from now and still having people look up at me. Or you can look at the people that were child stars, and we all know them, okay? There were a couple of them, the sister from Different Strokes and the brother and stuff like that, and it didn't fare well for them, you know? There's kind of a curse that goes along with these child stars, that they don't do real well over time. So, you know, that is where I think to have a team of adults around that are really managing these people and making sure that they're doing okay is what's really, really important, you know? And saying, these are the people that we're going to model after. These are the people that we're going to model your career after, right? And you know what? You made a mistake. Come out and apologize for it. And then keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. You know, I think sometimes part of what's wrong with like the cancel culture thing is we get so stuck in the problem that we can never get out of it and just move on, you know? And that is what I would say. That's what I would say to, you know, to any of these people. I would say, you know, take it as a learning experience, look at it, come back, make a genuine apology and say, wow, like I watched that back and it did not look great. I see why you guys say that, okay? I totally get it. And I really want to learn from this. And I hope you guys will stick around and then keep on moving. Keep on moving. Direct the traffic. Anyway, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about all of this. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.